Good day, folks. Welcome to 406 Regen. Just bringing them out some water again. Everybody's just kind of laying down in the sun. It's hot. Well, it's hot for central Montana. Yeah, it's warming up now in the summertime. So we just brought out some feeders here for what we're going to be doing, this time next year. They'll be turned into steaks and stuff for us. So, but this is all part of the food process and planning ahead, right? I mean, when you decide that you want to eat as healthy as possible, that takes time, and it's time and money. Now, it's gonna take a while. Like I said, it'll be this time next year. They'll be, somewhere between 18 and 28 months old is where we'll butcher these guys. But right now, they're gonna have a good life out here for the summer. Look what they're standing in, right? They have some good feed. Got a little curiosity happening with the cow and the bull. And the puppies, of course. All in all, though, the sheep, they're just kind of looking and seeing what's going to happen. So what I did was put the pen over here where they're at right now so we can water them and feed them. And tonight, this is the area the sheep are going to be in, is out here. So I'm just going to flip this fence this way. And the sheep and the dogs and the cow and the bull, they'll all be able to touch noses and smell them out. Hopefully that way, by the time they got to be moved tomorrow, I can let the little buggers out with the sheep and all will be well. We'll see. I still think 24 hours is a little quick. But if they get, I'm going to put some poly in there, something to get them a shock on the electricity so they kind of know not to touch the fence. I mean, look at this fence. Is off. They're not touching the fence. They don't want to get bit. I know they know it's off, but they still respect it. So that's what I need. Because obviously, this dude could run through it. She could most definitely run through it. It's just the respecting of the fence. Now these little buggers, they haven't met electricity yet. So they don't know what that's all about. They will. I'm just gonna run like in a corner or something, a little wire, maybe put a pop can or something on it, soup can or something to get their attention so they'll go sniff it and get bit on the nose. And that way when I move them out, put the sheep in here with them, and when I put them out, they'll all be happy and good. And they're not gonna try to run away. Which they shouldn't. They've been dry lotted here for a little while, so they're gonna really appreciate this alfalfa and grass. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna have to bring them some dry feed just so they don't founder out on me because they've been dry lotted for a while. But I'm gonna give them some dry feed to help even out the ruminants, and they'll appreciate that. Cow and the bull, they're kind of happy that they're not the only ones of their kind out here anymore. So they're curious. Like I said, the sheep got no curiosity whatsoever when it comes to these little buggers. So that's just kind of a quick update. Don't have no lambs on the ground yet. Lambing's not really supposed to start until Memorial Day, I think is what my brother said we should be. So, but things come early here and there and go late. Like that last one, I don't know, something just happened with her, and that's part of life and part of trying to raise animals, I guess. Is you never know what's gonna happen with them. But as you can tell, these guys they're getting this eaten down pretty good, so they'll be moved off of it. They're on a 24-hour rotation. She wants to go smell them, but she does not want to touch that fence. And that's what we want. We want that. So, I really wish sheep were as easy to train to hot wire as cows. I really do. Sheep, I mean, it would be a breeze. But no such luck. Then we got Katie here. She's doing good. Say hi to camera. Yeah. So, anyway, everybody's out here. They're doing good. Like I said, we just added 3 more animals to the fleard. And yeah, that's just planning for the future right there, you know. My brother and I were doing carnivore, meat-based. He's got some things he's fighting, so he's more strict on it than I am. So that's why I like to say meat-based. He could say he's carnivore. But there's always so many different things people put with diets. It's, you know, our diet, you know, is consists of as good as meats we can afford and get, which right now is a lot of hamburger. And to substitute with that fat, you know, we have our dairy cow. So that milk's raw, non-pasteurized. So that's kind of where we're getting the fat from. But we're meat-based, animal-based, however you want to say it. So we got it figured out that it's going to take for our family anywhere from 2 to 3 beeves a year for meat. Now when I say 2 to 3, that varies because, I mean, I never know how much sheep I'm going to have in the freezer, or hogs if we get into those, you know. Of course, we always got chicken, but it's that diversity thing. Person always wants to try to keep getting diversified and keep moving ahead. So this is a good step forward for us, right there. And these puppies, see, she put out a couple of little yips, like curiosity bark yips things, when I first dumped them here, and now she don't care. I think I put some diatomaceous earth on her night before last, because she's fighting some kind of mites or something, so looks like I gotta put something more on her to help get rid of that. I'm trying to keep away from as many chemicals as I can. Like the sheep, if I have to give any of the sheep any chemicals or nothing, that means they're instantly going to the sale barn. The dogs, I'm trying to keep as natural as I can. I'm willing to give them whatever they need to be here, because I mean they're not gonna be able to kill as many bugs as all the bugs that be eating all the sheep manure. So they will be getting what they need. I still kind of wish that he would put on some more weight. So that's what I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna have to separate him out for a night or something, so I can get a sample from him and take to my vet and see if he needs any dewormer or anything. Cause he's happy as can be. He eats what he wants, but he sure ain't putting on the weight like she is. So, all right, folks, that'll do it for this one. Well, it's evening time here in the 406. Dogs are trying to steal the camera again. They're actually able to jump higher, so I gotta watch that. Sheep are happy. We just got done giving them a move. As you can tell, this nice, lush, green area they're in. They're appreciating it. Wind's blowing a little bit, so it's cooler. So they're appreciating that. Got fairly warm for us here today. Mid-80s, I think. Which, I know a lot of people get hotter than that, but we also get the 40 below winter, so 80 degrees is a big swing from that, and it takes a while for the bodies to adjust. And speaking of adjusting, these little 3 dudes are kind of happy. They still run to the other side of the pen here every time I walk up, but we'll fix that in short order. As you can tell, like I said, we got the net up and away so they can graze around. The sheep and the bull and the cow, they can all graze around this pen. They can touch noses. They can be all happy. The dogs already kind of just came over, touched nose. The sheep, completely ignored them. They don't care. And even the cow and the bull pretty much ignored them when we got them all in here. The cow and the bull were interested when we first put them in this pen, but when we first put them in this pen, but when we moved everything else over here, they're just eating. They could care less about them three little buggers. So anyway, it's a good day. It's a gorgeous evening here in the 406, and sometimes it's good to kind of walk out, decompress among your animals. It's kind of been a stressful week and a lot of things piled up on us, but that's why we're kind of doing what we do out here. You can walk out here in these animals and just kind of decompress. So we're not really supposed to start lambing until Memorial, like I said earlier. These girls got about 7 days here before I think I have to really worry too terribly hard on like the majority of them. I'm sure there'll be a couple here and there that'll maybe give us some lambs before then, but for the majority it'll be after that. But I don't I'm trying to do the best I can by them. I can't have them on any better feed than they're on. It's what I have. This is the best of what I've got. So they get this, and I guess if they can't make it here, they'll be called out of the herd one way or another. So, but they should all be doing good. As you can tell, there's quite a bit of dry in that, so the cows aren't getting too terribly bad. Every time I get to the ground, you all gotta show up and try to steal the camera, you thieves. So the sheep, they're not runny. That ram is finally he's dried up the last 3 days, so let's see if he continues or not. I don't know. Like I said, I'm pretty sure he was just being real picky about what he's eating. So I don't know if I want that trait in the future or not out of this guy. I was planning on keeping him for 2 years. I don't know. We'll see. The big dude there, he's good. He's shedding off fairly decent. I'm looking at these sheep, and I've got some. Some of them I even bought from the same dude. They shed it off really beautifully. Like, there's a couple of spots on this little one right here. And then you get that. Like, these two have barely started shedding at all. Well, these, 1, 2, 3, 4, that one especially. There's quite a few in here that haven't really got anywhere in the shedding process. So that's, a little disappointing, but we'll see what we get. And then you get, like I said, other ones that, like those 2, 3, they're completely shedded off. Maybe they were a little early, but these other ones should be catching up here in a hurry if they're going to be shedding at all. So we'll see. This Dorper Katahdin I have out here, she'd be a very pretty ewe if she actually sheds off. She's this one here with this brown fur. Look how pretty she'd be, that black and white. If she sheds off, she'd be very pretty. Right now it looks like she's wearing a blanket and won't get rid of it. So, and then there's this one, that one right there. That one's getting cold for sure, no matter what, because she's just, I don't know, she's got a couple screws loose. Out of all these ewes, I can walk up to all these sheep in here, and they all know I'm not going to hurt them. I'm not going to do nothing with them. And yet that one there will just take off and running right on cue to get as far away from me as possible. So she's on the call list. She's small. She's not shedding off very good. And she's flighty, and she has no reason to be flighty, so she'll be going down the road one way or another. Then you got these two. Are you 3066? Yeah, you are, because you're the most curious one we got. Then you got this one. Curious as can be, come up and eat your pant leg if you're not paying attention to her. So, alright folks, I reckon that'll do it for this evening. It's a gorgeous evening. I hope you guys are enjoying yours. Y'all have a good one.